Hey everybody, welcome back to season 2, week 2 of whatever this is. Is it a podcast? Is it not a podcast? I don't know. What I do know is at the beginning of the year, I set a list of 10 goals for comedy, and here's where we come to discuss them. So, without further ado, let's start the show. Hey everybody, I'm back. Week 2 of this year, and it's been a fun week. We had two fun shows. We had a show Friday night at a place called Burlock and Barrel, which is a whiskey distillery here in town. Um, Weird place for a show, but it was fun. There are about 40 people in the audience who were listeners. They it's it's weird when you get when there's it's too many people not to have a bad show, but it's not enough people to get the momentum really cooking. So a crowd like that listens, and it seems like you're having a bad set, but you're not. They're just listening. So when you have a punchline, they laugh. You just have to have enough punchlines to keep it going. And the other comedians on the show are having a hard time. It sounds like you're dying up there because the room is completely silent. And if you don't have a punchline every, you know, 30, 45 seconds, it can seem like a nightmare. Um, so I did all right. I, it doesn't bother me. The silence doesn't bother me because I know where all my punchlines are and I know they're going to hit. So it was a good show. I sold some koozies, sold some t-shirts, and had a good time there. Uh, Saturday night, was a dual comedy show. It's like it's got like a speakeasy kind of vibe. You buy the tickets, they tell you what part of town it's going to be in, but they don't tell you where it's going to be at until the day of the show. So it's got kind of a it's got a young, fun crowd. They're just down, they don't care where it's at. They just want to see a good show. And we had one of the hottest lineups that I've been in a while. Uh, it was me, a comic friend of mine, Nick Harvey, Steve Thomas, um, Brian Ziola, four people who could have been headlining the show on their own. Uh, Daisy Tackett hosted. She's been voted Jacksonville's funniest comedian in the Folio Weekly for like 10 years in a row, I think. Um, but it was fun to be on a show that everybody was a banger. Um, so we did that. We sold a bunch of t-shirts and some koozies. Um, I upped the price of the koozies. I normally sell a koozie for $5, which is too much for a koozie, uh, unless you just want to support. But I upped the koozie price to $10 because I'm trying to sell a $25 t-shirt, and it's kind of the people people want to buy something to support you and to have a souvenir. But if I sell a $5 koozie, I can't sell. People won't buy a $25 shirt. So um, had to up the price of koozies, and then people started buying shirts because $10 for a koozie seems ridiculous. But side note, I'm almost out of koozies, so I think I'm just going to switch to the shirts, which are also a pain. Uh, Koozies were super easy, and shirts are a pain because you never run out of the same size at the same time. Uh, you're always you're always either out of one size or another. So it's hard to keep an inventory of shirts, but merch merch seems to be where the money's at. Like I can do a show for 100, 150, $200 and sell uh $200 or $300 worth of shirts on top of that. So I think that's it's definitely the way to do it. So that was we did two shows this week. We didn't make it out to any open mics, um, but uh, I have been crushing it on social media. I started just as somebody, I forget who it was. There was like they saw all these viral challenges on TikTok and were like, "You should do a try and stand up challenge and just post a video every day of you trying to stand up." So that's what I've done. I've done a week of it now. Uh, it started off. Um, I just went like this, tried to stand up, didn't work. Follow along for day two. So that was the first video. Um, it kind of took off, and so every day has just been uh, some other ridiculous idea for what might help me walk again, and and it's just me being silly, and the people who know me know that, and are like, yeah, this is funny. That was funny. Uh, but the people who don't know me are rooting for me, and and I kind of feel bad that they're not in on the joke. Um, so I, it's like, yeah, I knew I was pretty sure that um that the robot legs I made of tinfoil weren't weren't gonna work. But I'll try again. I will. And like maybe tomorrow. Like thank you. Uh if you think if you think the tinfoil robot legs were gonna work, wait till I have for you wait for what's tomorrow. Uh we'll we'll see. Uh so that's kind of blown up. And I'll show you when we get to the followers. Uh, you'll see what's happened. Um, so that's been my week. We had flag football games also this week. We went 2 for 2 on flag football. My son won, my daughter won, and yeah, and we didn't have practice this week, so I won. Didn't have to take anybody to practice. Let's let's get to the goals. That's why we're here. Bring up the goals. There they are. As always, our goals for this year, 2026, are to double our followers, gain financial legitimacy, write 30 to 60 new minutes of material, perform 75 to 100 sets, post 1 to 2 clips per week, be in a top tier comedy festival, travel to 2 new states, produce my own show somewhere, and number 10, to have fun. So let's talk about them. Let's bring up the followers because this has been a good week for followers. On Instagram, we went from 1573 to 1578. Now, because I shoot my videos uh, vertical, I can post them to TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Uh, I guess I could edit them and put them in Instagram, but I haven't. So without doing anything, we gained 5 followers on Instagram. Uh, TikTok, we went from 3879 to 3946. Rushed it. Facebook, we went from 1200 to 1208. Now remember, Facebook is the one that's hard because uh, people follow my personal account, and then I have to get them to follow my comedy account, which is tough. People they don't like to do that. They, if they follow you once, you better be happy. So, yeah, 8 people on Facebook. I'm happy with that. And then, boom, YouTube. I went from 125 to 226. We almost we've almost doubled our YouTube followers in a week. So, and YouTube has in the past been one of the hardest to gain the followers. But I have a robot leg video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. That has hit almost 15,000 views in 4 days. So that's what I'm talking about. I just keep posting videos of trying to walk again. That'll be my new thing. If if stand up doesn't work out, I'll just be the guy who tries to walk in some ridiculous way every day, and I'll take that win. So that's the followers. There they are. Here they go. Let's get back to our other goals. Uh, Financial legitimacy. I turned in a W-9 for one of the comedy shows, so there I am. I'm uh I'm official for that show. According to the government, I have now made $50. That's all they need to know. Uh, write 30 to 60 new minutes of material. I'm writing it. I haven't been able to do it anywhere. I haven't been to an open mic in months. December and January have been very busy days during the week. So wish me luck. Maybe next week I'll get to go out and try some of this new material. Um, post 1 to 2 clips per week. I posted 8 last week, so we're ahead of the game there. Um, I posted the same clip on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, and they've all done uh, different. The same video on YouTube has 15,000 likes, 15,000 views. On Facebook, it has 1,500. One video on Facebook has 12,000. Another one on the same one on TikTok has 300. Uh, it's just crazy how the different algorithms push different things, different places. Um, but I just keep posting them on all three, and we'll see where the chips lie. Uh, perform. Oh, did I? Yeah, perform 75 to 100 sets. Like I said, I've actually it says 2 of 75. I've done 3 for the week or 3 for the year. We had the Valerie Theater on the second, and then this week we had Burlock and Barrel and the Don't Tell Show. So 3 in 2 weeks. We're one ahead. Um, Post 2 clips. One top tier comedy festival. Like I said last week, I submitted to the Big Pine Comedy Festival in Arizona, and I should hear back on February 15th. So I'll let you know that. 2 new states. I got to looking. Uh, it's gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna be a trip. I gotta go. The closest state I haven't been to is Alabama. Uh, so I think maybe Alabama, Louisiana would be close. Otherwise, I gotta go Virginia, West Virginia. As I go Kentucky. Um, Maybe I get into the comedy festival in Arizona, knock one off there. That'd be nice. Um, but still looking there. Shoot a special. Still working on it. No venue. Um, and I found a bunch of venues out of town that are nice, but I'm not gonna be able to draw 150 people to them. That Valerie Theater in Inverness was beautiful, but too far away. Produce my own show. I'm looking for places here in town that want to host a show. If you have a venue or you have an event space, let me know, and we'll do comedy there. It's fun. Speaking of fun, number 10, have fun. I did have fun this week. It's been fun making these TikTok, Instagram videos, and I had a lot of fun at the Don't Tell comedy show with the other comics. So, uh, number 10, successful this week. That's it for the goals. Let's see. Can you find me? Where do you want to go to a show? I've got shows coming up, big shows. This week, Wednesday, bring up the shows. Wednesday, uh, next on the 28th, not next week, but on the 28th. Says right there. You can see it. 128-26, I'll be headlining the Best of Jacksonville show at the Comedy Zone. That's the next show that I'm on. It is locals here in Jacksonville at the Comedy Zone. It's a fun night. Show starts at 7:15. It's $10 to get in. So come out to that one and see me try new material for people at the Comedy Zone. And then this one, big time. I'm excited about this one. February 20th, I will be part of the A Train Live experience. This is a big show. It's at a studio downtown WJCT Theater. Um, I did this show. I did a guest spot with A Train. I did 5 minutes of this show in 2018. Um, and it's great. He brought me back the next year. I did another like 8 minute set um, and had a great time. And then the other day he calls me up. It's like, hey man, I see you grinding. You're out there hustling. I want you to come back and feature. Uh, so I'm on the flyer now, big time. That's a picture of me on the A Train Live flyer. I started with a guest spot, grounded out. I've hustled, and now I'm on the flyer. So come out to that show. It will sell out. Uh, it may be sold out now. He may have sold it out uh, when he finished the last show. Uh, it is hard to get tickets to. I'm not gonna lie. So try early. If you can get them, get them. So I'm excited about that one. I don't have the flyer for it yet, but February 21st, I'll be at Veterans United Brewery, which is the day after the A Train Live show. So if you can't get tickets to A Train Live, come to Veterans United and see me there. Uh, and then I'll have a picture of that before long. We'll have a flyer out. All right, so that's where you can find me. Come to those shows. And let's see. Back by popular demand, people did not like not having a Steve Harvey quote of the week. Uh, Yogi Berra's great, but he's no Steve Harvey. So he's back, folks. We're back with a Steve Harvey quote of the week. I had to dig deep, uh, but here it is. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your mind. Steve Harvey. Look at that suit. It looks like he's in a prison suit, but that's not. That's music notes. He's in a silk outfit with uh, a song. It's got a song on his shirt. If you don't take advice from a man in silk with music on his clothes that dresses like this, I don't know how to help you. Take the man's advice. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your mind. And I do this all the time. This is like like people with vision boards manifesting things. Uh, I talk I talk about this at work a lot because for some reason in my algorithm uh, on Facebook, it likes to show me ads of like $9 million fishing boats, and I never wanted a $9 million fishing boat, but I do now. And so I keep telling people that I'm looking at boats, and they're like, "Oh, uh, what kind of boat are you looking for?" And then I show them a picture of a $9 million fishing boat, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And here's how I look at it in my mind, and this is how you can look at things. Uh, Nate Bargatze made $45 million last year. Nate Bargatze can buy a $9 million fishing boat. I just gotta hustle. It's in my mind. I can make I can make $45 million in a year, and when I do, I'm gonna have a $9 million fishing boat. It doesn't have a lift on it. It doesn't have uh, elevator. It's not accessible. Uh, but I want one. I'll worry about how to get on it when I get it. You know what I mean? It's in my mind. I can see it, and I'm holding it there. What what's your what's your $9 million fishing boat in your mind? Think about that, because there's somebody out there who's got one, and it could be you if you think about it. Uh, so thanks, Steve Harvey, for backing me up on that. And when I get my boat, I'll take you out. All right. So that's the Steve Harvey quote of the week. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your mind. All right. I think that brings us to our sponsor of the week. This week we're sponsored again by Acorns. Acorns is the app you use to save money. It hooks to your debit card, and every time you use your debit card, it rounds it up to the nearest dollar and then invests that money into the stock market. I use it. My wife uses it about every 6 months. Uh, we got a little extra chunk of change. It's usually between $500 and $1,000 every 6 months. We usually use it at Christmas time and at the beginning of the summer when she's not working because she's off school. So use Acorns. Scan the barcode. Sign up with me, and you get a little extra. I get a little extra. It supports me. Supports comedy, and I'll appreciate it. That's the end of today's show. That's the end for the week. I appreciate y'all sticking around. I appreciate y'all supporting live comedy. Please go and uh, click on these TikTok videos, click on these shorts, and support me. And tune back in next week as we do this again. Thank y'all so much.